Ma'am,
The
so the
first
first
two
two
points.
points, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so muscles. The muscles possess the property of contraction and relaxation. It is the property of muscles which is responsible for the movement of bones and joints.
Correct.
Second
So
point.
yeah,
A resting muscle is long and thin. When it contracts, it becomes short and fat.
correct. Thank you, Vamika. So basically, what are they saying? You know, all the movements that we do in our bones, through our joints, right? What helps them to actually, move? It is basically the muscles, right? And which property of the muscles? It is the contraction and the relaxation. For example, when you move your elbow like this, bring your elbow towards your face and then take it away from your face. When you do that movement, it is basically a set of muscles which are contracting and a set of muscles which are relaxing. So basically, there will always be a pair of muscles. Whenever there is any kind of movement in your body, always a pair of muscles is at work. A pair of muscles. One single muscle will never help in any kind of movement. There always has to be a contraction, only then there will be relaxation, and only then there will be movement of the bones, and thus the person can move. Understood? Now, what is the structure of a muscle? The resting muscle. When a muscle is at rest, when you're not using a muscle, for example, you're just lying down, or maybe you're just sleeping, lying down on a bed, then, the muscles are not at work. A normal muscle would be long and thin like this. This is how a normal muscle or a muscle cell looks. But when it is used, what happens? It contracts. A contracting muscle becomes short and thick. And a relaxed muscle becomes even more longer and thinner. So this is contracting, this is relaxing. Only then can a hand carry a bag, or a hand, with the help of a hand, we can move something. There are three kinds of muscles. What are the three kinds of muscles? Voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles, and cardiac muscles. What is the meaning of voluntary? What is the English meaning of voluntary? Many a times we say, no, that I have done a lot of voluntary work. What is the meaning of voluntary? Anjali, do you know the meaning of voluntary?
Ma'am, can I say?
Yes, Vamika?
Voluntary means that you decide to do something.
Correct. You
Like,
have decided to do something on your own will. You have decided on your own will. Correct? And involuntary means you don't have any control over that. It just happens on its own. So this is self. You have decided. And involuntarily matlab it happens on its own. On its own. Right? And there's something called the cardiac. What is the meaning of cardiac? Cardiac is the scientific word for heart. Right? So these are the three kinds of muscles. Tendons. Correct? So basically higher animals. What is the meaning of higher animals and humans? Humans means we, human beings. And higher animals matlab, the mammals which are of a higher stage, like could be monkeys, gorillas, right? Cows, horses, basically mammals of the higher order. So here mainly voluntary muscles work. What does that mean? That means if they wish to keep one muscle working, if they wish to walk, then this muscle will work, right? If they wish, for example, a horse has decided to run. It is his wish. Voluntarily he wants to run. Then the voluntary muscles will work.
ma'am, so voluntary is something you intend to do yourself. So
Mhm.
voluntary is like if you move your finger or wrist your, you move your wrist in a circular motion. And ma'am, the involuntary is when your heart pumps and produces blood.
Very good, very good. So we are not
Can't do
asking,
anything about it.
yes, we are not
Heart,
asking our heart to pump. We'll
yes.
not ask our heart to pump, and now, after 5 minutes, I'll not tell heart, now stop. pumping. It's
Yes.
not, it doesn't go as per our wish, right, Neha? The heart will pump every second as per, a particular rhythm. So that is involuntary muscle. We don't have any control over that. It will do its own work. But for example, now I have decided to walk. So this is my wish to walk. Now I'll use my leg muscles to walk. I'll use the voluntary muscles of the leg to walk. The involuntary muscles of the heart are pumping on its own, right? And there are certain muscles in the heart which are a different set of muscles which are found only in the heart. Now, then they are called the cardiac muscles.
Ma'am, can you give me an example like in the heart? I didn't get that.
Voluntary and involuntary, you have understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
Heart is basically, cardiac. Cardiac is a scientific word for heart.
Yeah, that I know.
So all the muscles that are present in the heart are called cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles. That's simple.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So this was a very simple thing. These muscles pull on our bones when we want to move. This makes our joints bend. For example, if this is a bone, right? If this is a bone and there is another bone here like this. For example, this is a hand and this is a wrist portion. For example, this is a joint here. You always should remember two bones are always joined together by what? Always by a cartilage. Always. If there was no cartilage, the movement of the hands would not have happened. Now, above the bones is the layer of muscles. These are all layers of muscles. Right? Now, how will the muscles stick to the bones? They will not stick like that. They will all fall off. So, they are attached. The muscles are attached to the bones with the help of tendon.
Ma'am, what does a tendon mean?
That's what I'm saying. Tendon, the only work of the tendon is to attach the muscle to the bones. That's it. That's its only work.
Ma'am, how does a tendon look like?
A tendon will be like, white fibrous like structure, right? Those are also made out of tissues and certain cells, right? So these tendons will help attach the muscles to the bones. You will have to understand, for example, you have decided to fold the elbow and bring it here. You want to bring the elbow here. This is the elbow joint, which has got the property of a hinge joint. Now, what will happen is that these muscles will contract and these muscles will relax. I told you always a pair of muscles work for any kind of movement. So these two muscles will contract and these muscles will relax. Only then the movement will happen. And who will organize this movement? The tendons, will send signals from the muscles to the bones. Say, hello, the bone has sent signal. Neha wants to move her elbow. So please move, fold. So all these impulses are being sent and that is how the hands or the elbows or any kind of movement happens.
Ma'am, can you please just draw me and just show me how a tendon look like?
See, basically tendon is something that you don't need to, actually learn now, but I'll still draw it for you. Give me a minute. I'll take a clean slide. Yeah. For example, if this is the bone here, right? I'm again drawing your hand only. This is the wrist, right? For example, the muscles are laid over the bones, right? Now, a tendon will be basically a white fibrous kind of structure. It is difficult to draw. Uh, Basically, the muscles are attached to the bones.
Made up of multiple tissues, right?
Yes, and tendons are made out of multiple tissues and superficially if you look at it, it will be white in color, right? And these are like fibrous thread-like structure which can also be joined together and these are, this attaches the muscle to the bones so that they are fixed and they are kind of clinging onto the bones. The muscles are clinging onto the bones. right? For example, whoever are non-vegetarian eaters, when you find a chicken bone, you will find certain whitish substances. Those are the tendons.
Yeah,
Many times,
ma'am.
many times when you cook, they are not visible also, they melt away, but certain hard, bones and all, you can find it.
Book I found one word that in the hinge joint where it was showing hinge joint elbow bone ulna something like that. What's that?
Radius ulna. This is the upper arm. There are two bones here. So actually our arm has got three bones. This is the radius and this is the ulna and this is the humerus, right? And then this is our wrist joint and then our fingers. Here we have the shoulder. This is the shoulder, right? So basically our arm, this is a full arm. This is our full arm. Our arm is made out of humerus and there are two bones here. One bone is a little thick. If I can draw this bone like this, this bone is a little thick. And then there is a thin bone. This thin bone is known as ulna. Is this clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
So similarly, even in our legs, for example, if I draw this leg here, this is our knees, knee joint, correct? This is the femur, right? And we have tibia here, and we have another bone called the fibula, right? Similarly, this is a thick bone here. This is a thick bone here, right? So even in our limbs, even in our legs, we have got three bones, and out of which femur is the strongest and the tallest bone in the entire human body. This is the longest and the strongest bone in the entire human body, which is as
Ma'am, I
strong as a
wanted to
bone.
ask that in the arms and in the legs that these you have told like these three bonds are there. For these two pairs, are the names same?
This bone is tibia and this bone is
Yeah,
fibula.
yeah. You have drawn a structure of one leg, and for the other leg too, the names are same, right?
Of course, your right leg and your left leg will have the same names. Of course.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, okay, Pragya, now I guess you will be able to share the points. Pragya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please do read this portion.
Yes, ma'am. Muscles. The place where two or more bones meet are called joints.
This all of our are clear by now. Unless and until there are
Yes,
no
ma'am.
joints.
Tendons are the fibers by which muscles are attached to bones. A muscle has at least one tendon at each end.
Correct.
There are more than 350 muscles in our body. Muscles constitute about 40 to 50% of total body weight.
Mm-hmm.
Tendons attach muscles to the bones.
Correct. So basically this is the one which Neha I was telling that tendons attach muscles to the bones. Diagrammatically I was trying to explain this to you. And also, there are, as I said, if this is a bone, right? And if this is a muscle here, so each end you will find this white color structure like substance, which is basically the tendon. This is actually holding on to the muscle to the bone. This is attaching the muscle to the bone, or else the muscle will be separate, the bone will be separate. So the tendon actually helps, attach the muscle to the bone at each end. And there are, can you imagine, 350 muscles in our body. How many bones do we have? An adult has
206.
260.
206 bones. Right? And how many does a newborn baby have, an infant?
Around
270.
300.
300 plus bones. A newborn or an infant has, yes, 300 bones. Yes, Pragya. Correct. Basically, the bones, the weight of the muscles constitute 40 to 50% of the total body weight. For example, if there's a person called Akash who is 100 kgs weight, he's obese or whatever, so 50 kg of his body will only be muscles. And
Mom, these tendons are used to stick our muscles to our bones, right?
correct.
Then, like, our ears are having some muscles. It's full of cartilage. Then how do it stay like that?
So we have got cartilage. There's something called cartilage. Cartilage is something, which attaches one
Yes,
bone to
ma'am.
the other bone.
Yes, ma'am.
These are neither hard, these are not very soft, but these are just, if you can feel the ears, you can understand its consistency. Consistency, that how hard or how soft is it. It can easily bend, right? But it will not break because it's not like bones. So that is cartilage.
So, no, ma'am, my question is that how this, then how does it stick to that? Like these muscles, will how it will stick to the cartilage?
Muscles are not sticking to the cartilage. Muscles are sticking to the bones.
No, in the ears I'm asking.
In the ears, where is the bone?
No bones are here, so only cartilage. Then there is skin, right? How does it stay there? That's my question.
So we don't have bones, we don't have muscles, we just have cartilage in the ears. And
Yeah.
over the cartilage, we have it covered by maybe little layer of fat, and over and above that, we have the skin.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. We don't have bones or muscles, much muscles. And there's just a trivia question. You must have seen the trunk of an elephant. The trunk of an elephant has got the maximum number of muscles. Try and find out how many muscles are there in a trunk of an elephant. Still it can hold the coin. It is so sensitive. Matlab, the tip of the trunk has got such sensitive muscles. Even if you give it one large coconut, it will hold it elegantly. It will just fold its trunk and hold it here.
Large coconut.
Even coconut, yes. So it can hold a coconut as much as it can hold it. Maybe, give it 50 bananas, it can still hold 50 bananas. It can also suck water. We know how an elephant, draws water from a pond, right? So it has got those multiple muscles which functions, it sucks the water and then again spills it on its body. So basically the trunk of an elephant has got very efficient muscles in it. Yes,
Ma'am,
Monica?
it has 40. Ma'am, it has 40,000 muscles.
Just imagine.